All right, good morning, everyone. Let's get started with today's Zoom hearing. We are now on Zoom. Let's get ready with today's docket. If I can have everybody please remain on mute until such time as your case is called. If you can please remain on mute until such time as your case is called. Once your case is called, you can please unmute yourself at that time so that I can go ahead and identify you. Attorneys, please know the number on the docket. That'll help us get through the docket relatively quickly. I am going to take one item out of order. Ms. De Luna, you're here on CR 21-11-163H. Annette Lozano. I do see Ms. Lozano present. Your announcement on this case.
Yes, Your Honor. On this case, if I get a few, maybe 2 weeks, 30 days on this case, Your Honor, I do want to get it. I need to get with the prosecutors in regards to a rec and then go ahead and sit down with Ms. Lozano so I can explain her options.
All right. Ms. Lozano, I do see you present. If you can stay in contact with Ms. Jessica De Luna and Mr. Marco De Luna, the case is going to get recalled or reset for March the 1st at 9:30. March 1st, 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have. May I be excused this morning?
You and your client are both excused. Ms. Lozano, you're excused as well.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right. Ms. Richardson, what do you have? Number on the docket if you have it.
Good morning, Judge. I apologize, I don't have the number, but it's Stephanie Ann Villarreal, CR 21-9819. I apologize, Judge. I don't.
Number 74, Judge.
74.
Number 74, Judge.
Yeah, CR 21. It's actually 75. CR 21-09-819H, State of Texas versus Stephanie Ann Villarreal.
Good morning, Judge. Reggie Richardson for the defendant. Judge, I've conferred with the state. This is an assault that is pending. There is some conflicting information in the discovery with regard to the alleged victim that I have notified the state of. I would like to inquire of the state as to whether they would be open to waiving a jury in this matter.
Your Honor, I wouldn't have an issue waiving a jury. However, at this time, I would be asking for a short reset. I know that Ms. Richardson spoke with Mr. Heller yesterday in regards to this case and a possible A&P. So I would like to inquire with the victim as far as an A&P goes. Hopefully, if we can get an A&P, then at that point, we can obviously have that documentation for our office and for our records and avoid a bench trial. So at this time, I'm just asking for 2 or 3 weeks, Judge. At that point, we'll see where we're at, but we wouldn't have an issue waiving a jury on this matter.
Yeah. All right, February 17th, 2022 at 9:30, Ms. Richardson.
9:30?
Yes, 9:30.
Okay, Judge.
All right.
That's all I have, Your Honor. May my client and myself be excused?
Both of y'all are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Bettis, what do you got?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number, I think it's 45 on your docket.
All right, 45.
Aaron Lerma.
Yes, Aaron Ledma, CR 21-09-469H, State of Texas versus Aaron Lerma. I'm showing here quite a bit of notes that were left for his bond modification. This is a second DWI. I have 18 skip tests, 2 positives, one on January 7th and one on January 23rd. No previous admonishments, but he was not present the last time we were here. Is Aaron Ledma present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ledma is present. Ms. Bettis, were you aware of these skip tests and positive tests?
I wasn't aware of the skipped and positive tests. I was aware, we had actually set this up to address the NICI issue, Your Honor. But no, I don't have that report on those tests.
Okay. No previous admonishment has been given. I always give one verbal admonishment. Mr. Lerma,
Yes, sir.
I am going to recall your judgment NICI at this time at the state's expense, meaning that I am not going to charge you for recalling your NICI. I do that one time. If you're ever not present again and the court takes out a warrant for your arrest, then you will have to pay to have that warrant recalled. But today, it will not be charged to you, okay? That's issue number one. Issue number two is that today is also going to be your verbal admonishment for your 18 skip tests and your 2 positive tests on your mobile device, all right? Now, here's the thing. You cannot be consuming alcohol at all when you're on bond out of my court, okay? And let me tell you that if you skip a test, I treat that as a positive test. So going forward, you just need to be made aware of that, and that's what today is about, okay?
Yes, Your
Now,
Honor.
if there's any issues with respect to your device, today is the day to address it, because if there's any issues that we need to talk about with respect to your work schedule, windows of testing, things like that, today is the day to talk about it, because after today, if we have any more violations, whether they're skip tests or positive tests or late tests, we're going to be dealing with sanctions. And I don't want to talk about sanctions because I hope I never have to deal with sanctions once I give a verbal admonishment. But unfortunately,
No, sir,
sometimes we do, okay?
Yes,
But
sir.
hopefully we won't, okay? So just
Yeah.
stay in contact with Ms. Bettis. She knows this court, she knows how we work, and she knows how to do her job. And so stay in contact with her, okay? If you have any
Yes, sir.
questions, she's your first resource. If you have any other questions, then she can put you in contact with who you need to talk with, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bettis, the judgment nisi will be recalled. Talk to me in terms of, time frame and what you're looking for in terms of a reset. I'm assuming you need a reset, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm asking for, I guess about 30 days, Your Honor, so we can discuss which direction we're going on this case and whether or not he qualifies for any programs or anything of that nature.
Can I give you March 1st?
Yes,
March
absolutely.
1st at 9:30. And
Thank you, Your Honor.
we're gonna document that a verbal admonishment was already given, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day. May I be excused?
Both you and your client are excused. Mr. Ledma, hope we don't have any more problems, okay? Stay in contact with Ms. Bettis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Palacios, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 51 and 52 on your criminal docket.
51 and 52? Is it Brandon Lugo or?
That's correct. That's great, Judge.
CR 2103-213H and CR 2103-214H, State of Texas versus Brandon Lugo. Is Mr.
Morning,
Lugo
Judge.
present?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, I do see him under Brandon's iPhone. Mr. Palacios, your announcement.
That's great. Good morning, Judge. Sunny Palacios, Mr. Lugo. Judge, in this case, I did check as of yesterday, there's felony, same transaction that have not been indicted yet. We're expecting them maybe in about 30, 45 days.
Let me go ahead and give you March 24th. March 24th, 2022 at 9:30. Both of your cases, Mr. Lugo, stay in contact with Mr. Palacios, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, we'll see you on the 24th at 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. I have nothing further before this honorable court. Judge might be excused.
You're excused. Thank you. Mr. Martinez, what do you got?
Morning, Judge. I got number 53 on your docket, Judge. Enrique Mendoza.
All right,
He
that's
should
CR,
be,
yeah, CR 19-04-674H. I do see Mr. Enrique Mendoza. I'm showing no violations on his bond modification, which is great because he had already been given a verbal admonishment. So it's good to see no violations. Your announcement, Mr. Martinez.
Judge, I was out ill for about a week and a half. I was not able to sit down with him. He's been accepted into the PTD program, but I was unable to go over the paperwork with him if I can have more time.
Sure. You want me to set this up for an afternoon, maybe mid-February, if that's okay?
That's okay, sir.
How about February 15th?
That's fine.
All right, February 15th, 2022 at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, Mr. Mendoza. Stay in contact with Mr. Martinez. There's some paperwork you need to fill out, and we'll see you on February 15th at 2 o'clock, okay?
Judge, I apologize. I'm looking at my calendar. It's right here in front of me, and I'm just looked at it. I might be out that week, Judge.
Okay, how about, I can do the week before or the week after?
After, Judge.
After, okay. How about the 22nd?
22nd is fine, sir. Thank you.
Perfect, 22nd. Mr. Mendoza, the 22nd of February, okay?
All righty, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge. You all be safe.
You too. Ms. Del Bosque, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. Number 76 on your docket.
All right, number 76. Is CR 2110-290H, State of Texas versus Philip Anthony. Is it Yabanes?
Ibanez.
Ibanez? Is he present?
He indicated that he is, Judge. I just don't see him.
Philip Anthony Ibanez, if you're present, please unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm right here, sir.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Under the Galaxy S9. Your announcement, Ms. Del Bosque.
Your Honor, on this particular case, I'd like a little more time to discuss the matter with the state. I believe there is a family matter also pending. And so I'd like an opportunity to see what happens with that case as well.
All right. I can give you maybe 45 to 60 days, if that's okay with you.
That should be plenty of time, Judge. Thank you.
How about March the 10th?
Hold on, Judge. Actually, his setting in the family law case, I believe, is on March 25th, Judge. So if I can have something shortly after that.
Okay, no problem. How about the 29th of March?
Very well, Your Honor. Thank you.
March 29th, 2022 at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all the business I have before this honorable court. May I be excused?
You're excused. Mr. Ibanez, stay in contact with Ms. Del Bosque. We'll see you on the 29th of March at 9:30, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a nice day, Judge.
You too. Mr. Jaime Cavazos.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Jaime Cavazos here, number 56 on your criminal docket, Judge.
All right, that's CR 21-08666H, State of Texas versus Oscar Ortega. I have a bond modification, but it also says to ask Victoria.
Yes, good morning, Judge. Mr. Ortega, on his December report from Safety Check, he has 4 positive BAC violations. On December 6th of 0.03, December 20th, 0.06, December 26th of 0.07, and then we also have one on January 3rd, 0.05 at 7:49 a.m.
All right, so 4 positive tests. Any admonishments on this one?
No.
No admonishments.
He's also failing to retest after those positives.
Were you aware of this, Mr. Cavazos?
No, Your Honor, I was not. I did text him.
Mr. Ortega, you heard what I mentioned earlier to another individual about the fact that any positive test or any late test or any missed test, the first time is an admonishment, which is what I'd like to give you today. But if we have any further violations, whether they be positive tests, late tests, or missed tests, then we're going to be dealing with some sanctions, okay? I don't want to have those sanctions. I don't want to deal with those sanctions. I know you don't either. But again, you cannot be consuming alcohol while on bond out of this court when there's been a bond modification. This looks to be a Class B. This tells me that this was probably because of an auto accident that occurred. And so for that reason, I want to make you aware that we're watching. We have been made aware of it. I've been made aware of it. I'm going to jot it down on the system as a verbal admonishment. And if you have any questions at this time, this is probably not going to be one of those situations where we're talking about any modifications to the device, because we're talking about positive tests, right? So I just want to make you aware of it, okay? And
Yes, sir.
And I'll take an announcement from Mr. Cavazos at this time about how he'd like to proceed with this case.
Yes, Judge, we're still awaiting discovery. We should be getting it shortly. We're hoping to meet with the state and try to get a rec and work it out, Judge.
Let me go ahead and give you March 1st at
Thank you,
9:30.
Judge.
March 1st, Mr. Ortega, stay in contact with Mr. Cavazos. We'll see you on March 1st at 9:30, but please be mindful of the admonishment I gave you, okay?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. March 1st, 9:30.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe we're excused.
You're excused. Thank you.
Stay safe. Thank you.
You too. Thank you. All right, let's move on to Mr. Rudy Moreno.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Judge, I have 2 cases. The first one is number 55 on your docket.
All right, number 55 is CR 21-07-275H, State of Texas versus Jose Ochoa.
He is present on Zoom, Your Honor.
Jose Ochoa, I do see him there. Your announcement, Mr. Moreno?
Judge, PTD's already been submitted this month on the 4th, so we're just going to wait for a response and then go from there on this matter.
Let me go ahead and give you March the 24th, if you're okay with that date. At 9:30, March 24th, 9:30, Mr. Ochoa. Stay in contact with Mr. Moreno. We'll see you on March 24th at 9:30, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Any, your second case, Mr. Moreno?
Judge, number 43 on your docket.
43 is CR 2109-845H, State of Texas versus Raul Herrera. Raul Herrera, if you're
Good
on.
morning, Your Honor.
Okay, I do see him there. All right, Mr. Moreno?
Judge, the same announcement with this one. He's already submitted. I think he's submitted all the documents needed for a PTD at this point.
Okay.
I apologize, Your Honor. We have not submitted everything for the PTD yet, so but he's about to do it.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you the same date, March 24th, 2022 at 9:30, March 24th. Mr. Herrera,
Yes,
as
Your Honor.
well as Mr. Ochoa, we'll both see you guys on the 24th, and you all are both dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a
Have
good
yourself a
day.
great day. Bye-bye.
Judge,
Likewise.
I apologize. I have one more case.
Oh, okay.
No, number 6 on your docket.
All right, number 6. Yes. All right, Mr. Moreno, that's CR 20-03-948H, State of Texas versus Emmanuel Badillo.
Yes, Your Honor. On this one, Judge, we filed a waiver last year. I think the contact, we need to send him a letter. I don't know if you got a motion continues yet on this matter or not.
I don't show a motion for continuance on him. Would you like one?
Please, Your Honor.
Motion for continuance number 1 is granted. This is number 6. Let me give a reset date for March the 8th. I'm sorry, March the 1st, March 1st, 2022 at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
You and your clients are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Aguirre, what do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 13 on the court's docket. Noelia Chapa, and I believe the state has an announcement on that case.
That's correct, Judge. On this case, the state has, all terms and conditions of the ADR have been completed and the state has been, we have tendered a dismissal, Judge.
All right, this is number 15, CR 20-10-262H, State of Texas versus Noelia Chapa. At the request of the District Attorney's Office, this case is hereby dismissed.
I think my numbering's all off, Judge. It's I have number 22. I believe it's 22.
22, Manuel Espericueta.
Yes, Your Honor. He should be logged in. He was, I talked to him this morning and he got the information.
Yes, CR 21-11-086H, Manuel Espericueta. If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Manuel Espericueta. All right, I do see him there under iPhone 13. Your announcement, Mr. Aguirre?
Your Honor, I need to review the DWI video on this.
Let me give you March 1st at 9:30. Mr. Espericueta, stay in contact with Mr. Aguirre.
I'm sorry, Judge. We may have a juvenile case that day, I think.
All right, let me give
It
you
might be a
March,
certification case.
March the 8th. March 8th at 9:30.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Espericueta, stay in contact with your attorney, Mr. Aguirre. We'll see you on March the 8th, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. You're excused.
Then, Your Honor, I have number 25 on the court's docket. And
CR
I'm not sure.
20-00356H, State of Texas versus Danny Galvan.
And Your Honor, we emailed him about the court setting. I've not heard from him. However, he just needs a theft class clean UA for dismissal.
I have a note here that motion for continuance was already granted for him on the 11th. Let me call out his name, Danny Galvan. Danny Galvan, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Danny Galvan. Danny Galvan. What says the state?
Your Honor, state requests that a judgment in eyesight be granted, KPS issued, and all bonds forfeited for the snow show defendant.
Judgment I shall be granted, KPS issued, bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Danny Galvan. Mr. Aguirre, if you make contact with him, bring him in.
I'll try to get him, Judge. I'm not sure that he got the Zoom meeting information. I think that just went out yesterday, so. I'll try to, I'll get it resolved, Judge.
Okay, no problem. Next one.
The next one is Joshua Michael Hernandez, number 42.
42. All right, that's CR 20-0944-1H, State of Texas versus Joshua Michael Hernandez.
And Your Honor, this one, I do not have a working email for him. I don't have any email for him. Our office doesn't. We did send him a written notice to the court date, but not the Zoom information. So I'm not sure he's going to be logging in. I called him this morning. I didn't get an answer.
This one, I don't have a motion for continuance on file for him, so I'll grant you that and reset this case for February the 10th, 2022 at 9:30. Motion for continuance is granted. If he will need to be present on the 10th, or a warrant for his arrest will be issued.
Present by Zoom, Judge?
Yes, by Zoom.
Just making sure.
Mr. Garcia?
Judge, on this one, there was a NISA that was recalled last June.
Okay. So we've already gone through this dog and pony show, so to speak. Just try to make sure you stress upon him is the fact that he needs to be here, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I believe that's all I have today.
All right. Well, then have a good day.
Short and sweet. I'll take care.
All right. Thanks. Let's go back to Mr. Billy Chapa.
One on your docket.
I'm sorry, number one, you said?
71, Judge. I apologize.
71. I apologize. All right. Number 71. CR 21-09-167H, Brian Andrew Saustaita.
Yes, Judge. He's present on the screen. Your Honor, there was a little bit of a hiccup with his PTD application. It's been resubmitted. We're asking for a continuance.
All right, let me go ahead and give you March 24th, 2022 at 9:30, okay? March 24th, 9:30. Brian, stay in contact with your attorney, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Client and I be excused.
You are both excused. Thank you. Mr. Halili, what do you got?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have two matters before the court this morning, the first of which are numbers 34 through 38 on the court docket.
34 through 38.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is State of Texas versus Garcia Chavez Garza.
Ms. Garza is present via Zoom.
Yes, on her DWI. I'm showing no violations on the device. However, there is one AIP violation. January the 9th, defendant was not home when ordered to be home. I see you, Ms. Garza, present. Your announcement, Mr. Halili.
Your Honor, Ms. Garza changed address. She did inform the AIP officer assigned to her case regarding that address change, but for some reason, I believe they went and looked for her at a previous address.
Okay. Okay, so the court will go ahead and we can take that into consideration. With respect to her cases, she's got 5 cases. Your announcement on those cases?
Your Honor, we're pending a recommendation from the state in regards to the misdemeanors as well as the 2 pending felonies. We've been given March 3rd date as to felonies. We would expect to hopefully be able to resolve all matters by then.
How about March the 8th?
That should work, Your Honor.
All right, March 8th, 2022 at 9:30. Ms. Garza, stay in contact with your attorney. We'll see you on March the 8th at 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Anything else, Mr. Halili?
Yes, Your Honor, number 39.
39. That is CR 21-099-25H, Miguel Angel Garza.
And I did see Mr. Garza also on Zoom as well.
Is Miguel Angel Garza on mute? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Garza. I do see you there. Mr. Halili, your announcement.
We've been offered a recommendation by the state to include ADR. We intend to complete the requirements for those. And we are just requesting some time so that Mr. Garza can go ahead and complete the course and the UA as well.
All right. Is this going to be like taken care of administratively, Mr. Garcia?
If all terms and conditions are completed, Judge, I don't mind taking care of it administratively.
All right. And how much time are you looking at so that they can complete those conditions, Mr. Halili?
I believe 30 days should suffice, Your Honor.
All right, let me go ahead and give you February 24th. February 24th at 9:30, okay?
Understood, Your Honor. I have nothing further to report the court at this time. May myself and my clients be excused.
You all are both, all of you all are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Garcia, Jaime Roel.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jaime Roel Garcia on behalf of Mr. Joe Abbott Rodriguez. This is number 69 on your docket.
69. Let's see our 21-06-706H, Joe Abbott Rodriguez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
And yes, Your Honor, he is present. Your Honor, we were looking at a possible ADR on this matter. However, Mr. Rodriguez has picked up some additional charges, so we're going to have to revisit his options. So we need a little more time.
We give you March 1st, 2022 at 9:30, okay? Mr. Rodriguez, stay in contact with your attorney. We'll see you March 1st at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Let's move over to Mr. Carlos Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Judge. This is
Good morning.
number 17 on your docket, the state of Texas versus Joshua Bernardino Cibrian.
All right, CR 21-06-584H, Joshua Cibrian.
Yes, sir. He should be on there. I saw him earlier.
Yes, I do see him logged on. Joshua Cibrian, I do see him.
Your Honor, on this case, the state has given me the recommendation and the evidence. I still need a little bit more time just to talk to my client about what we want to do on the particular case. So I'd ask for a reset at least 2-3 weeks, Your Honor.
Let me go ahead and give you March 1st.
March 1st. Thank you, Your Honor. That's
welcome.
all I have for the court. May we be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Cedillo, what do you have?
Judge, good morning. I have apologize, Judge. I believe it was 29 and 30, Judge. Jorge Rodriguez Garcia.
All right. CR 21-07-656H, CR 21-07-654H, State of Texas versus Jorge Rodriguez Garcia. This is a carryover from a previous arraignment. He's scheduled for arraignment. Is Mr. Jorge Garcia present?
I don't anticipate that he'll be on this morning, Your Honor.
All right. This is a carryover from December 3rd and the arraignment on that day. Jorge Rodriguez Garcia. If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Jorge Rodriguez Garcia. All right. What says the state?
Honor, state requests that a judgment nisi be granted, KPS issued, and all bonds forfeited for this no-show defendant.
Judgment nisi we granted, KPS issue, bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Jorge Rodriguez Garcia. Ms. Cedillo, if you make contact with him, bring him in, we can recall.
Absolutely, Judge. And for the record, Judge, I was appointed at the previous hearing, those previous counsel, but we did send out letters. We had a phone number, which apparently was not an accurate phone number, but we did do what we can to try to contact Mr. Garcia, Judge.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, Ms. Cedillo, do you have anything else before the court?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Jackie's telling me that we may have something else.
Number 57 through 59, Judge, no, through 60. It was just an announcement of Claudia that she's admitted to ACTF.
Okay, so just an announcement on number 57 through 50 to 60. I'm sorry. That is an announcement, Ms. Cedillo. I know that you and Ms. Monsiváis have been working on this one together. Defendant was admitted to SATF on January the 18th. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you, Judge.
Perfect. Thank you.
No further business. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may. Thank you. Let's move over to Ms. Garza.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have number 21, Arturo Escobar, and I did see him logged in, Judge.
All right. Number 21. CR 21-06-518H, Arturo de Jesus Escobar. Mr. Escobar, if you're on, I see you there. I do see him there. All right. Ms. Garza, your announcement.
Yes, Judge. In this case, I did file a motion to suppress. I am asking for a hearing in person.
Perfect. Motion to suppress has been filed. Let me go ahead and I can give you March the 3rd if that day works for you.
Yes, Judge, that'll work.
All right. March the 3rd, 2022 at 9:30 in the morning. That's March the 3rd. Mr. Escobar, you will need to be present here at the courthouse on March the 3rd at 9:30. Stay in contact with Ms. Garza. This is not via Zoom. This is in person, okay?
Judge, just for the record, our office will no longer accept the PTD application.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that Mr. Escobar understands that he needs to be present. Mr. Escobar, can you unmute yourself?
Judge, he may need I believe he needs the services of an interpreter.
All right. Carlos, will you let him know to unmute himself just so I can confirm that he's understanding of the date?
Señor Escobar, si puede encender su micrófono, por favor.
Yeah, the 12, the $16.
All right. Okay. Mr. Escobar, the court is going to go ahead and reset your case for in-person hearing on March the 3rd at 9:30.
Señor Escobar, la corte le va a poner una audiencia en persona el 3 de marzo a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Okay. All right. You will need to be here at the courthouse in our courtroom 9:30 on March the 3rd.
Se va a tener que presentar en persona aquí en la corte número 8 el 3 de marzo a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Okay. If you have any questions, please contact Ms. Garza.
Si tiene alguna pregunta, comuníquese con la abogada Garza.
Okay.
Okay.
Está bien. All right. You're excused.
Se puede retirar.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have this morning. May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you. Mr. Palacios.
Good morning, Judge. I have number 12 on your criminal docket, David Gossides. He's currently on screen.
Number 12, CR 2102-627H, State of Texas versus David Thomas Casares.
Good morning, Judge. Sunny Palacios, Mr. Gossides. He is.
Yes, I see him there.
Okay, so. Okay. Judge, in this case, he is a PTD candidate. We received the PTD application. We'll be filing it, if not this afternoon, by tomorrow.
All right. Let me go ahead and give you March the 1st, if that's okay with you.
That'd be perfect, Judge.
You know what? That's a big day. Let's go ahead and do March 8th for you. That's okay with you.
Yes, Judge.
All right, March 8th.
That'll be perfect.
All right, March 8th, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. And that does conclude my business.
All right.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Mr. Casares, stay in contact with Mr. Palacios. We'll see you on March the 8th, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Let's go with Mr. Jose Pepe Garza.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on number 31 and 32, State of Texas versus Ricardo Garcia. I believe he's present under Ricky's iPhone.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ricardo Garcia Jr., is that your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's CR 2103-725H, as well as CR 2103-724H, State of Texas versus Ricardo Garcia Jr. All right, your announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. We recently received the video discovery. However, in the report, there is an additional officer that showed up. We will be requesting his body cam, and we believe that a motion to suppress is forthcoming, Your Honor.
All right. Is that something that you'd like for me to maybe give you a date right now, and then you can file your motion, or?
Judge, there's a pending felony out of the same transaction. It's a drug charge.
Oh, okay. So then a reset.
Mhm.
All right. All right, March 24th, 2022 at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Garcia, stay in contact with your attorneys. We'll see you March 24th at 9:30, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Garza? Okay, Mr. Gonzalez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Judge, I have number 68 on the court's criminal docket.
CR 2105-305H, Henry Rodriguez.
He should be currently on Zoom, Your Honor.
Is Henry Rodriguez present? If you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Henry Rodriguez. Henry Rodriguez. I have a note here, Mr. Gonzalez, that that a continuance was granted back in October. And,
Judge, I saw somebody named Henry on here. It seems they're having trouble connecting audio.
let me see. Henry, the A32, does that look like, let me see. Let's locate him. Let's see if he, give me 1 second while we look him up. Yeah, that's him. Okay, so Henry Rodriguez is logged on, Mr. Gonzalez. So I'll just take an announcement. I think he's having difficulty with his audio.
Yes, sir. I just spoke with my client like 5 minutes before logging in, sir. Judge, I've received discovery. We just need for the court to give us a date for a plea, sir.
All right, a plea. I can give you any day in February, any Tuesday or Thursday in February. You let me know what day works better for you. It'll be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, Judge. And it'll be through Zoom, sir?
Yes, yes.
I'm assuming the 21st, the court is closed, correct, Judge?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's a Monday anyway.
Yeah, Tuesday or Thursday, any Tuesday or Thursday.
The 22nd, sir?
Sure, no problem. February 22nd at 2 o'clock. Please let your client know, because I don't know if he can hear me.
I will, Judge. I will.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to remove him, Mr. Gonzalez, just because I know he's having difficulty.
Okay.
You know what, Mr. Gonzalez, can you hear, Mr. Rodriguez, I'm sorry, can you hear me? Henry Rodriguez? I'm going to log him off. Maybe he'll log back on and then we'll get a better connection. But if not, Mr. Gonzalez, if you can let him know, February 22nd at 2, okay?
I will, sir.
Right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got him on. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Gonzalez, are you still there?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think you have number 22. Is that 72? Number 72, were you aware of that?
Oh, no, Judge, I was not.
Edgar Enrique Trevino? Defendant to have produced 3 clean UAs by today?
Oh, yes, Judge. He was, there was a late start on getting the UAs done. So he's done 1. I think he may have done a second one. I think we're waiting maybe on the 3rd.
So is the state okay with just some additional time, maybe 2-3 weeks?
I have no objections to that, Judge.
All right. February 10th, 2022 at 9:30, Mr. Gonzalez, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, February 10th, 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. Nitch.
Morning, Judge. Number 26, 27, and 28 on the docket.
26, 27, 28, Evelyn Garcia.
Correct, Judge. Judge, requesting additional time on this case. She has a felony pending in intake.
Is Evelyn Garcia present?
Yes.
All right, I do see you there under Evelyn's iPhone. March the 24th, Ms. Garcia. Stay in contact with Mr. Nitch. Court's going to reset all 3 cases for March the 24th to see if the felonies get processed or dismissed.
Okay.
Okay. March 24th at 9:30.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Mendoza, what do you got?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have numbers 1 and 2 out of the court's criminal docket. That would be Ashley Lynn Abrams.
CR 21-12-651H, CR 19-15-566H, State of Texas versus Ashley Lynn Abrams.
I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, I do see Ms. Abrams there. Ms. Mendoza?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would respectfully request a reset on this case. I have been extended a recommendation which has already been related to my client. However, because of COVID and the economic crisis, Your Honor, she is not able to make, there is a $300 fine that's being assessed. So I would need a little bit more time to try to discuss the situation with Mr. Garcia and see if we can come up with a solution.
How about March the 1st?
Thank you, Your Honor.
March 1st, 9:30, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Your Honor, this concludes my business before this honorable court. May Ms. Abrams and myself be excused?
Both of y'all are excused. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Trejo.
Morning, Judge. I have 2 cases. The first is number 19 and number 20, State of Texas versus Brandon Lee de la Cruz. CR 209040H is the status, and CR 21-12486H is an arraignment, and he should be signed in, Judge.
All right,
Ready
I
for-
just see Mr. De La Cruz. Mr. De La Cruz, can you unmute yourself, please? Brandon, can you unmute yourself?
Your Honor.
All right, Mr. De La Cruz, can I have you please raise your right hand? Now I lost him. Mr. Trejo, I think I lost him. He was trying to unmute himself. He probably just hit the wrong button. All right, Mr. Trejo, do you have anything else before the court?
Judge, I also have number 5, State of Texas versus Cesar Lozano Amaro, CR 21-00495H. He's present in my office. In this case, we're asking for additional time. We have submitted an application for the PTD program. And we're asking for a reset, Judge.
You already submitted the application?
We've already submitted it, yes, Your Honor.
All right, March the 24th at 9:30, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect.
You want me to wait, Judge, for Mr. De La Cruz?
Yes. Are you there? Oh, there he is. Okay, perfect. Mr. De La Cruz, can I have you raise your right hand? All right. Mr. Garcia, let me ask you this question. Is this a case where we're going to be seeking a bond modification?
No, Your Honor, this is a traffic stop and it was under a .15, Judge.
All right, let me go ahead and just do this because we're having some trouble, Mr. Trejo and Mr. De La Cruz, with Mr. De La Cruz's audio. Since there is no bond modification, go ahead and submit a waiver, Mr. Trejo.
Yes, Your
on his
Honor.
behalf, and let me go ahead and just reset this case for March let me give you March the 10th, okay? March
Yes, Your
the 10th on both cases at 9:30. Mr. Trejo, I'm sorry, Mr. De La Cruz, and I lost him again. Reach out to him, Mr. Trejo, and let him know it's March the 10th at 9:30, okay?
I will, Judge. Thank you. May I be excused?
You're excused. Mr. Galvan. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garcia.
Judge, just for Mr. Trejo, oh, never mind. I'll get in touch with Mr. Trejo on his cases, Judge.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Galvan.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Jacqueline Valdivia. She's number 73 on your docket, I believe. And she is logged in.
'73 CR 21-04787H. Jacqueline Valdivia. No previous admonishments, Mr. Galvan. I do have 10 late and 12 missed tests. Were you aware of those?
I was not, Your Honor. This is a case where we've applied for PTD, Your Honor. She was accepted, then oddly denied, I think because it was missing a document. We've submitted that and we're just waiting, hopefully, for an approval at this point.
All right, Ms. Valdivia, I don't know if you were on earlier when the court was giving admonishments. Were you able to hear some of those admonishments I gave to previous individuals who missed test or had positive tests? Did you hear those?
Yes.
Okay. Same thing goes here with you. The December report shows 10 late tests, 12 missed tests. And you may have heard that I treat missed tests like positive tests because I have no other way of viewing it. But this is a first admonishment, so nothing's going to happen here today other than a verbal admonishment. I am going to make you aware of the fact that we are testing. I mean, not testing, we are monitoring the testing. And if we have to come back and there's more admonishments or more violations, then we won't be dealing with admonishments anymore. We're going to be dealing with sanctions. Okay, so hopefully we won't have those problems. Okay. If there's any issues with windows that need to be modified, things of that sort, please visit with Mr. Galvan. Mr. Galvan can visit with our probation officer who has the authority to modify those windows as needed. Okay. Mr. Garcia?
Okay.
And Judge, on this case, she was denied PTD due to an accident being involved. However, I did want to notify Mr. Galvan that if restitution issues are resolved by way of her paying it back or by way of insurance, then he can ask for reconsideration, Judge.
And that's what we've done, Your Honor. Those documents have been submitted to the state already, the payment by insurance for restitution.
Okay, perfect. All right.
So we could get a date, maybe 60 days down the road, Your Honor. Hopefully we get it done before then.
Okay, so let me go ahead and give you a reset date. March 24th, is that okay, Carlos?
That works, Your Honor.
All right, March 24th at 9:30, okay?
Thank you.
Ms. Valdivia, you
May
will
we
stay in
be-
contact with Mr. Galvan, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too. All right, Ms. Barreto, what do you have?
Good morning, Judge. I have number 7 on the court's criminal docket, Daniel Lee Bailiff.
Right,
He is
CR
present.
21-03975H.
Your Honor, I'm gonna ask that my case be dismissed. I need to invoke my Sixth Amendment right. This is not a fair trial. This is nowhere near a fair trial. It took 8 months before charges were even filed, even though they had all the evidence the night of. I spent 20 hours in jail barefoot with nothing but a shirt and a t-shirt and some shorts, and then I was let out into the freezing cold with nothing on me. I had to run over to the bail bonds and ask to use their phone. So I mean, that's kind of a violation of my Eighth Amendment right. This entire case, it took them, they were supposed to provide discovery in September. I appeared, but discovery, no evidence was brought in September. So we moved it back to October so the prosecution could have time. If that had been me, then I would have warrants out for my arrest, but the prosecution is allowed to just drag on as long as they want. Then we set it for December, or we set it for January 22nd, which was Friday. Then it got reset to today. Then it's being reset till February 17th. And it's like, it's been over a year. I pulled a gun on a guy who was a military police officer, him and his buddy. In fact, it's not just one person. They were attacking me because I asked them to turn their music down at 2 a.m. I knocked on his door and he came out and he said, "I'm gonna teach you some respect, my nigga. I'm gonna teach you some respect, my nigga." And I said, "Stop coming towards me, man. Stop coming towards me." And so I stopped, like I kept taking steps back and he kept shoving me. And then I pulled my gun on him and I went to bed after that. And then the whole Mission PD showed up pointing guns at everybody. I don't see any charges for them. I mean, I pulled my gun in self-defense. Mission PD showed up and pulled a gun on everybody on the floor and made everybody get on their hands and knees. And then they stacked up on my doorway. And I was back in bed. And I mean, I was attacked by military police. This guy wants to become a police officer in Colorado now. And it's like, we're rewarding and calling victims, we're calling the aggressor the victim and the person who defends themselves the defendant. And then whenever I request that I get, some representation who my tax dollars pay for, my public defender can't return my call. It's been over a month and I've been calling her. I have text messages.
Judge, I've been in communication with him various times, my staff in my office.
False.
He
I have
actually
every
is very
single phone
rude to
call
my staff,
on
Judge,
video.
and I'm trying to provide him with the discovery. I have to redact the victim's information. He lives in a northern city, Judge, so it makes it a little more difficult.
2 months. 2 months. She told me she was gonna.
And I've asked for a trial date, Judge. Every time we show up, I ask for a trial date. There were no trials in the beginning, Judge. Trials just started again. He doesn't understand the procedure.
You're just trying to save yourself right now when this is me on the line. Like you're not.
Judge, he can also
me.
ask to be appointed to someone else if he doesn't like my representation.
Yeah, that's great. That's, Well, Mr. Bailiff, I can't dismiss your charge because you just asked me to dismiss it. That's not something
Well,
that
I'm invoking my Sixth Amendment right.
Okay.
I mean, that what is the Constitution? What's the Bill of Rights? I fought for that. I swore an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution when I served in the Marine Corps. What's it mean if I can be falsely accused and then all the evidence, there's no evidence. If anybody looks at what's on those DVDs, they'll see me backing up. They have to prove that I acted recklessly when I pulled my gun, not just that I pulled a gun on someone who was pushing me and attacking me and a group of people, not just one person. They have to prove that I acted recklessly. You know, ask yourself, if I was some millionaire or if I was some cop or a politician or a judge, would I be facing this? No, I would not. I would have immunity. I would have impunity. But instead, we're going to drag the poorest people through. If I can go hire $1 billion or $1 million lawyer and get off, then why can't we just look at it and say, well, if he had the money, he would get off.
Mr. Garcia?
Judge, the only thing that I have to say is if you want a trial, then we can set it up for a trial. We will be requesting a transcript of this hearing, Judge, given everything that's transpired. That's my only announcement, Judge. I mean, he's PTD eligible. That was an option going forward.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to take anger management. It's not me that's angry. I was defending myself.
And so, Judge, if a trial is what he's requesting, then I guess a trial date or I guess I don't know what the issue or what's going to happen with his representation.
But Judge, do they have communication with the victim? I know he lives in Colorado. Is he gonna go to court, Judge? Do they have communication with the victim?
Judge, we can subpoena the victim. I can get in contact with the victim. I'm not just going to dismiss the charges just because, Judge.
Are you the prosecutor?
Yes, he's the prosecutor.
How can you look at what happened that night, that I went over and knocked on a person's door at like 2, 3 in the morning, and then the guy came out and tried to fight me, and have you not seen, there's footage of people getting punched one time and dying, and I wasn't putting my hands up and I wasn't trying to fight. I was saying, stop coming towards me, and this guy was attacking me. Man, like you can drag me through. I tell you what, if I come
Judge,
down
we
there,
can just get a trial date.
If I come down there for trial,
represent
you
him,
better have.
I can. If he doesn't want me to represent him,
No,
then it's going to
I
be.
don't care who represents me. I'm not going to even defend myself in court. Throw me in with the lions, nail me to the cross. I do not care. One day we're all going to stand before God. Okay, we're going to stand and be judged. Man cannot judge me. You better think about that, Mr. Prosecutor. You can drag me through the mud, but if I was some cop, I could shoot look up Joshua Feast.
Mr.
Some
Bailiff,
cop
can you
shot a
please
guy in the
remain
back.
silent? Everything you're saying is going to be used against you.
Good. Put me away for as long as you can. I don't care.
All right, docket call, May 26th, trial, May 31st at 1:30 in person.
God bless America.
Thank you, Judge.
See you then. All right, anyone else? George, do you have something? Okay, what number?
Number 18.
All right, CR 2104-194H. Hector Manuel de Leon Jr. Is Hector Manuel? I do see him there. No violations reported. Let me go ahead and give you March 24th at 9:30. CR 2110-256H, State of Texas versus Pablo Lopez. All right, is Pablo Lopez present? Pablo Lopez. I do see him there, Mr. Pablo Lopez. Okay, Carlos, will you let Mr. Pablo Lopez know that the court's going to go ahead and give him March 24th at 9:30 for a reset date?
Señor López, la Corte le va a dar una nueva audiencia para el 24 de marzo a las 9:30 de la mañana.
Ok, está bien.
Okay, that's
in
fine.
contact with your attorney.
Quédese en comunicación con su abogado.
Ok, está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
33. All right, CR 21086662H, Brandon Garza. Is Brandon Garza present? I do see Brandon Garza there. This
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
the note here to ask Victoria. Victoria, what do we got?
Yes, sir, I'm present.
All right, thank you, Mr. Garza.
Yes, Judge, with Mr. Garza, he reactivated his device with Smart Start on January 20th. So when he took it for service, it downloaded the report from November 22nd through January 20th, and he had 46 skip tests.
46 skip test. Any previous admonishment?
No.
All right, Mr. Garza, as you have probably been hearing, I do give one verbal admonishment to everyone before sanctions are issued. I'm going to go ahead and give you that verbal admonishment at this time. You have 46 skip test. I view skip test as positive test. So any future skip test on a device, and that's going to be treated as a positive test. And at that point, we're going to be dealing with, some sanctions. Today, we're not. Today, it's just me telling you that if this happens and continues to happen into the future, we're going to have a problem. But the best person to answer all your questions is Mr. Munoz. Stay in contact with him. Go ahead.
May I ask something? When were those skip tests?
Victoria.
It was for the period of November 22nd through January 20th, Mr. Garza.
Through January
20th.
Like
yes.
throughout November through January, I've been doing those tests.
Well, it's reporting as being skip tests. What we can do is we can give that report to your attorney, stay in contact with him, and we'll forward the those violations or those skip tests, and it'll give you the dates, it'll give you the times, it'll give you everything. Again, today is a verbal admonishment. If I have any problems going into the future, then we're gonna have a problem. But today we don't have a problem. Today I'm just warning you. Okay. All right. Stay in contact with Mr. Munoz. The reset date for your case is March 24th.
Okay.
One last case, number 65 on the court docket, Juan Ramirez.
65 CR 21098993H, State of Texas versus Juan Ramirez Jr.
I'm not sure.
Is Juan Ramirez Jr. present? Juan Ramirez? Juan Ramirez Jr.
I don't know who's asked for continuance in this case.
I don't show one. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and give you March the 1st on this one, George. March 1st, 9:30, okay? All right. Yes, you may. All right. Let me see. Anyone else ready to make an announcement? George, hang tight. Mr. Linhar.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ron G. Lidhar appearing on behalf of Attorney Juan Zamora. We have number 63 and 64 on your docket, State of Texas versus Jorge Ramirez.
All right, that's CR 210252H as well as CR 2105-039, State of Texas versus Jorge Ramirez. Is Jorge Ramirez present?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I do see you there, sir. Mr. Linhar, your announcement.
Your Honor, we're asking for a continuance to negotiate a plea bargain with the state. We haven't received a recommendation. However, we're asking some more time so that I can reach out to Mr. Garcia about packaging the deal for both of these cases.
All right, I'm showing no violations reported, so let me go ahead and give you March the 24th at 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my matter and your honorable court. May I be excused?
You and your client are both excused. Mr. Ramirez, stay in contact with your attorneys. We'll see you on March the 24th at 9:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Representative Munoz.
Yes, Judge. Good morning, Your Honor. I have the first case number 3 on the docket, Your Honor. CR
20-01-020H, Juan Jose Abrego.
Yes, Your Honor. On this one, we had emailed the results, I guess, on a negative UA, Judge. I think that's my understanding.
Judge, that is correct. All terms of the ADR have been completed. Dismissal has been tendered over for your signature.
Perfect. At the request of the District Attorney's Office, a case against Juan Jose Abrego is hereby dismissed. Mr. Munoz, do you have anything else?
Yes, Judge, number 40, Your Honor, on the docket.
All right, number 40. CR 20090768. Gil de Leyva.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. De Leyva is present, Judge, on the Zoom. Your Honor, previously, when he had been arrested, there was a felony that was also part out of the same transaction that was also an intake. Subsequently, we were advised that the felony was rejected, and we got an updated recommendation from the state judge. So if I can have time to allow my defendant to take the class search and do a UA, and hopefully with that, we can resolve this case.
Mr. Garcia?
No, Judge, that was just going to be my announcement. I had those notes as well.
Okay, how about March the 10th? Is that enough time for him to take the class?
Yes, sir, that should be enough.
March 10th, 2022, 9:30. I understand you have number 67 as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
CR 2100711H, Alec Rocha. Alec Rocha, is Mr. Rocha on Zoom today? Alec?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Under Galaxy A11, Mr. Munoz?
Yes, Your Honor. On this case, Judge, I just, if I could have the same date, Judge, on the March the 10th. I know there was another, I think I just need to work with him on the recommendation and what the state had sent us.
That's March the 10th, Mr. Rocha. Stay in contact with your attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
You're excused, Mr. Rocha. Mr. De Leyva, you're also excused. And number 74, CR 2101122H, Jose Daniel Vela.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Jose Vela, who's present. Mr. Munoz, your announcement for Mr. Vela.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. On this case, Your Honor, I did have the discovery. I was going to work with my client to see if there was going to be any type of affidavit that was going to be filed to assist, I guess, in disposition of the case.
Okay, so in terms of requests.
Oh, I'm sorry. So if I could have the same date, Judge, and if I can get something on file, to work with Mr. Garcia.
All right, so March the 10th?
Yes, Your Honor.
March the 10th at 9:30.
Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good day, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused, Your Honor?
You're excused.
Thank you.
Excuse as well, sir.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Arturo Garcia, are you available?
Judge, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, Judge, I am always available.
All right, great. Number 23, CR 2105113H, Annette Fuentes.
Yes, Judge, Miss Fuentes is here. We were set for a status, but we're actually ready for a plea. I don't know if all the paperwork got submitted in time. I know it was early this morning.
I did file it, Judge. I don't know if it's gotten accepted already, though.
Can you log on back at 2 o'clock, Mr. Garcia?
Yes, Judge, I could do that.
All right, Miss Fuentes, at 2 o'clock, we'll be taking up all our pleas, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you at 2 o'clock. Mr. Garcia, please forward the link because it's not the same link. It's going to be a different Zoom link.
Oh,
it's on
okay,
the same email, but a different link, okay?
I'll go ahead and I'll take care of that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll see you at 2. All right. I know I have some attorneys. Court's going to staff something real quick so that Jackie is going to take care of identifying some of the people that still remain and try to locate some attorneys. I know that like Henry's A32, if his yeah, his case already got called. Right.
Hello. Can I get some help, please?
Yes, sir. We'll be right with you. Who's your lawyer, sir?
How do I do this?
Who's your lawyer?
It's Tribunio.
All right. Just remain on mute because we're getting a lot of feedback from your microphone. So we're going to get a hold of your lawyer. Yeah, I can text him. Did they call the guy with the LG Stylo 5? Excuse me, sir. You with a maroon shirt? What is your name, sir?
Is it gonna be Mario Rodriguez?
No, not you, sir.
Joel Guerrero, me?
Yes. Okay.
Joel Guerrero, sir.
All right. Who's your lawyer, sir?
Mr. Sanchez.
Sergio, Judge, Carlos.
Okay. We'll call your lawyer here.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Gentleman under Giovanni. What is your
Yes, I'm here.
What is your complete name?
Giovanni Lerma.
Carlos, on this one, I believe we're just waiting for the anger management course. I believe the A&P is already on file.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's because you have something today. For Giovanni Lerma.
Miss Selena Jimenez.
She's my wife.
Oh, okay. She's gonna put on testimony, Jose, or what?
Is she on?
Yes.
I told her to log in so we can hear what they were gonna say.
I'm here.
If she's on, I'll take testimony. However, I'd like for Derek to log on, Carlos, just because I need an agreement for the anger management course.
Eddie. I think he's on the phone. Give me a second. He's gonna log on in a bit, Jose.
Okay.
Yes, you find it. Yeah, you can get up.
It's number
All right, I'm back, guys. Thank you.
46.
Number 46, Derek, what do you got?
Good morning, Your Honor. I've got number 46, Judge Giovanni Ledma, and my apologies to the court, the state of my client for showing up a little late this morning.
No problem. Mr. Giovanni Ledma has been online. It's CR 21098828H. You're in now, so Mr. Salinas.
Judge, we're set for status today. I have not conferred with the state on this matter regarding any type of recommendation. I was looking through my email. I don't see that I've got one. So I would respectfully ask for some more time to see if we can get this resolved. Maybe 30 days, Judge. I don't know that it should take us longer than that.
Judge, on this case, and Derek, we're requesting an anger management course. I do plan on taking victim testimony today. The victim is logged on. We have an A&P on file. So as soon as you agree to that anger management, we can take the testimony. And then once we get the certificate, we'll submit a dismissal.
Okay. I think that's something that obviously I've got to talk to my client about just to explain the anger management course to him in detail, but it is something that I probably recommend. I'd ask that we just move forward and maybe get the victim testimony on record today.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
All right. Who's the victim?
Selena Jimenez, Judge.
All right. Ms. Jimenez, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Ms. Jimenez, can I have you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Garcia, you may proceed.
Ms. Jimenez, can you please state your full name for the record?
Selena Yesenia Jimenez.
What's your relationship with the defendant, Giovanni Lerma?
He's my husband.
And do y'all currently live together?
Yes.
And how long have y'all been together?
About almost 5 years.
Okay. And can you tell me what occurred on the day of the incident?
To be honest, we had a little argument. We came home and he had a couple of drinks, and he was not I really don't recall a lot, but we just had an argument, and he grabbed me and my kids saw and called the cops.
And when you say he grabbed you, did he push or punch you in any way?
No, he didn't punch me. He como me jaloneó.
Judge, I would ask Carlos if you could translate that.
Like he pulled me.
Okay.
Yes.
And Ms. Jimenez, has there ever been a history of violence in your relationship with your husband?
No.
And is it your wish?
There's been incidents, but not to the point that he hits me, punches me, or like anything like that.
Okay. And are you concerned about any future violent acts?
No.
And did you fill out an affidavit of non-prosecution with our office?
I did.
And did you fill that out of your own free will?
Yes, I did.
And nobody forced you or coerced you into signing that?
No.
And Ms. Jimenez, is it your wish here today to drop these charges?
Yes.
And do you understand that by dropping these charges, this case cannot be reopened?
Exactly. Yes, I do.
But do you understand that if another incident were to occur, you can reopen, or you are free to open up another case?
Yes, I do.
Judge, that'll be all that I have at this time. As stated before, we are requesting an anger management certificate, and then that's all we'll need to submit a dismissal on this case, Judge.
All right, Mr. Salinas, do you have any questions?
No questions for Ms. Jimenez, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so in terms of a reset date, then, Derek, what are we looking at?
Well, Judge, I've got to get with Mr. Jimenez. I still think 30 days might be sufficient, Judge. I would advise, if I could ask Mr. Garcia, how many hours of anger management are you guys requesting? I know that
I can send you the online course. I'll send it via email, and then you can have him do it. It seems like he's out on a job site, so I know that that's helpful sometimes. And then you can just send over the certificate. We'll take care of it like that.
Okay. And respectfully, Judge, I would ask for 30 days. I would imagine that he could get it done online within 30 days.
Yeah, let me give you March the 10th. It's a little bit more than that, but guarantees us that he gets it done. March the 10th, 9:30, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. And
Okay,
again,
Mr. Ledma, we'll see you on March the 10th at 9:30, okay? Your client, Mr. Ledma, Giovanni Ledma is dismissed. Ms. Selena Jimenez is dismissed. Derek, do you have anything else?
That's all I have before the court, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're dismissed as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Jaime Hernandez. If you're there, if you can hear me.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
I'm here on number 16, Your Honor. That is CR 21095978H, State of Texas versus Julian Chavez. I don't see that Mr. Chavez is online, Your Honor.
All right, is Julian Chavez present? Who is LG Stylo 5? All right. I don't see Julian Chavez present, Mr. Hernandez.
Neither do I, Judge. I mean, respectfully, I was going to ask for more time so I can get a recommendation from the state. Given that he's not present, I'll leave that to the court's discretion.
Let me go ahead and give you a motion for continuance and reset this case for March the 1st. He will need to be present on March the 1st or a warrant will be issued for his arrest, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused? That's all I have before your honorable court.
You're excused, yes, thank you.
Thank you. You all have a wonderful day.
All right, Mr. Henry Rodriguez, can you hear me? Henry Rodriguez, can you hear me? Ms. Huerta, do you have a case that, are you for the state?
Good morning, Judge. Yes, I do. I was here for number 65 and 47 and 48 on your docket.
All right, let's start off with number 65.
I believe Mr. Jorge Munoz was already present in court, but I've been jumping between different Zooms.
Yes, that one, the court gave a reset of March the 1st at 9:30. And then you said 47 and 48?
Yes, Judge. The defendant's name is Javier Loera. He is represented by Juan Tejerina.
All right, is Javier Loera present? Yeah, Javier Loera, if you're on mute, please unmute yourself. Javier Loera. What says the state?
The state requests that the judgment Narsa be granted, a KPS issued, and all bonds forfeited for the snow show defendant, Your Honor.
Judgment Narsa be granted, KPS issued, bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Javier Loera. Okay, do you have anything else?
I have no further business for this honorable court until 2 p.m. If I may be excused until then.
You may, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Trevino, what do you have?
Hey, good morning, Judge. Gregorio Trevino for Mario Rodriguez, Your Honor. Mario Rodriguez, Judge, I have not looked at your docket. I apologize.
All right, number 70, CR 21044886H, Mario Rodriguez.
He's been in touch with my office, Your Honor. I'm trying to get him to log on. This is going to be a guilty plea. He's informed my office yesterday. So if we can set him for a plea date, we'd appreciate that, Judge, and I can get him to zoom in a few minutes, Your Honor, if you don't know.
That's okay. If as long as we can do a guilty plea, how about like February the 1st or the 3rd?
2-1 is good. 2-1 would be good, Your Honor.
All right, 2-1 at 2 o'clock, okay?
Very well, Your Honor. I will inform him now.
All right, perfect.
Thank you, Judge. That's all I have. May I be excused?
You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day. Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Garcia.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and no. Number 8, the court is going to go ahead and okay. Court's gonna call CR 21092006H, State of Texas versus Justin Ryan Breedlove. We have information that Mr. Breedlove is picked up a new felony or picked up a new offense. So to hold him there, and because he's not here, this is a DWI second, and he picked up another case. What says the state on this?
Your Honor, state requests that a judgment in ISI be granted, KPS issued, and all bonds forfeited for the snow show defendant.
Judgment ISI be granted, KPS issued, bond forfeited to the state for the arrest of Justin Ryan Breedlove. What day did we give Mario Rodriguez right now? He's just logging on. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Trevino was just on. Let me see if you can hear me. Mr. Rodriguez, your attorney was just on right now. I gave a date for you to come back on February the 1st. Stay in contact with Mr. Trevino, okay? All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, and the LG Stylo 5. All right, Mr. Joel Rios Guerrero, if you can hear me, I know that you're driving. I want you to be as safe as possible. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a reset date. That way you can get back to driving, okay, sir?
I pulled over, sir. No problem.
Okay. Let me go ahead and give you a reset date for March the 10th, okay?
March the 10th. Okay, 9:30?
At 9:30.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a blessed day, sir.
You too.
Bye-bye.
And that should take care of our docket.
I called Noel Gonzalez to contact his client about not logging in anymore.
Yeah.